War that has touched lives all across the world, including here in the Bay Area. The fighting between Israel and Hamas crossed the 100-day mark, and there is still no sign of when the violence will end. Health officials say 23,000 Palestinians have died in Gaza since the war started, most of them women and children. And the United Nations warned that half of the population is at risk for starvation in Gaza. Israel attacked Gaza after the assault by Hamas on October 7th. And yesterday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu re-emphasized that the fighting will continue despite the International Court of Justice now investigating accusations of genocide against Israel. In Tel Aviv, there was a massive rally to remember the 1,200 lives lost on October 7th and to call for the release of some 100 hostages believed to be held by Hamas even to this day. Here in the Bay, one man is on a special mission to make sure the hostages, most of whom he considers family, are not forgotten. Lauren Toms has his story.
It's a level of pain I've never experienced. It's physical pain.
For the last 101 days, Yoav Harlev has stood on this Lafayette overpass above Highway 24, reminding anyone who notices that Israeli hostages remain in Gaza.
Every morning I wake up and I pray that I open my phone and I will see that hostages are getting released. And every morning I'm disappointed.
For Yoav, the effort isn't just personal, it's family. Of the estimated 132 remaining hostages, Yoav says he knows at least 105 of them.
We got to about 105, the last count. I don't even want to count.
He grew up on KPIX Kisufim that sits along Israel's border with Gaza. It was founded by his parents in an isolated part of the Negev desert. It was also one of the kibbutzim that was attacked on October 7th.
I grew up with that knowledge of the people across the fence from us, 100 meters from our fields. Those are our neighbors, you know, and so our job is to work together for this whole region, not just to build walls and fences.
His peaceful demonstration is seen by an estimated 24,000 people per day and is attracting dozens to participate by holding signs, Israeli and American flags, and photos of the hostages that remain. Yoav holds a photo of Shlomo Mansour, a man he grew up with on Kibbutz Kisufim who turned 86 while in captivity.
Shlomo is the kindest, sweetest soul. A gifted carpenter, handyman, would fix anything, builds toys for his grandchildren, and just the nicest guy. But there were others early on that unfortunately are no longer alive, that were murdered, so I just choose not to go there. Try to bring home anybody we can bring home right now.
Others hold the photo of one-year-old Kafir Bibas with hopes to ensure the hostages are not forgotten.
Tried not to cry today, so far I'm doing okay. But I learned to cry a lot more over the last 101 days. Here for the people that don't hunt, that don't know, that have an opportunity to learn about what we're doing and why we're up here.
For Yoav, his daily demonstration has become his calling, a way to support his home from 6,000 miles away. And he won't stop, he says, until every hostage is home.
Palestinian supporters also commemorated the 100-day mark of violence with a rally at Civic Center in San Francisco yesterday.